What's up, my crypto legends? In today's episode, we're having a quick look at the S&P 500. We did get that beautiful bounce from this major level. I'm talking about the 4,230 points, thanks to the VPVR and also seeing massive resistance and support in the past. Now, this major candle had a huge amount of volume with a massive wick. This is indicating me that this could potentially be a local bottom and we might see some bullish momentum in the next coming days and weeks. Now, we do know that the Federal Reserve news is coming out in the next coming hours, and I strongly believe that the interest rate hikes are not going to happen till March at least, and this is according to the Federal Reserve. So why should we see any stock market crash anytime soon? Now, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, also my trade on Bitcoin and the S&P 500. Bitcoin is having a major resistance at 38.2k levels, and I'm going to explain why in this episode. Now, where could we bounce as support? Where could we hit resistance, guys? All of this in today's episode. Hello there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. New to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily tier on Bitcoin crypto. I also do live streams to connect with the community. Not financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything that I say. And if you do so, do your own research, guys. This is the S&P 500 on the daily. We can zoom in on the 4 hourly in just 1 minute. But like I said in the intro, we did have a massive, beautifully bounce, okay, from this major level. I'm talking about the 4,230 points with this huge amount of volume. Now, we did have a retracement here, taking a look at the 4 hourly, coming all the way down and meeting kind of the golden pocket, right? If we take a look at the fib levels from the low of the wick to the high, you can see that we did hit that golden pocket, that 618, as you can see here on the chart, right over here. We just wicked below down that area, got a massive bounce to retest the highs. So absolutely beautiful. S&P 500 is playing out pretty nicely. We do know that we do have that Federal Reserve news coming out in the next coming hours. I think it is going to be bullish. They're just going to say no interest rates going to be, be rising till March, and maybe in March they're even actually going to extend it. There will be a moment, obviously, that they will put interest rate hikes. We just higher. We just do not know when, right? So I think they're just going to prolong it a little bit more. In my personal opinion, I could be totally wrong, and maybe they're going to put interest rates high by next week. Who knows? But yeah, according to the Federal Reserve, it's not going to be till March at least. So, I mean, taking a look at Bitcoin here on the daily, like I was showing before, beautiful bounce. And, you know, the reason why I do believe so that this is going to be a major bottom area is because of the massive volume. We haven't seen this amount of volume, you know, since March of 2021. Huge spike here in volume when we had this 24th of January close, as you can see here. Massive wick. This is indicating me that, you know, the bulls on the S&P 500 are, you know, pouring billions of dollars into the market to, you know, hold this level and potentially continue to the upside. Now, what major resistance do we have? Well, if you take a look here, zooming in on the S&P, we are going to definitely struggle in between today and tomorrow to get above this major level. Now, if there is going to be good news today, we are potentially just going to smash out this level. I'm talking about 4,450 points here on the S&P. Massive resistance here back in the chart, as you can see, and we do see a massive big spike here, a point of control on the VPVR. As soon as we get above this level, I think it's going to be looking pretty good. We'll be bouncing, in between resistance and support from this major level right over here, 4,540 points and the 4,450 points. Now, of course, we need to get above that range. It's not going to be anytime soon. We could have a little bit of a drop today, or depending on what they say, it could come down, then back up. Okay, remember, this is going to be a major solid level thanks to this massive amount of volume. I personally predict that we are going to see bullish momentum in the next coming weeks till we see those interest rates going up in the next couple of months. So that is my point of view here on the S&P 500, guys. This is only my personal opinion, not financial advice, of course. Let's take a look. Oh, obviously, I am long on the S&P 500, okay? I'm in a small swing trade long. I actually started trading, okay, after we did see that massive candle, okay, that massive wick on the daily with a huge amount of volume. When we were retracing, I was getting into these positions, as you can see on PrimeXBT. Remember, you got an insane bonus down below, up to 7% added to your deposit. It is 7% added to your deposit. So if you deposit $1,000, you're getting $70. If you deposit $10,000, you're getting $700 worth of bonus to trade with. I've got a full tutorial. There are a huge amount of assets here, okay? There are dozens and dozens of assets. You've got S&P 500, Dow Jones, gold, oil, and you're trading with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDT as collateral, guys. All the info is down below in the description, and also the tutorial of PrimeXBT. Now, diving in here to Bitcoin, we can clearly see that we are getting massively resistance at this major level. What level? The 38.2K. And why are we getting resistance? Well, this was talked about on yesterday's video. I want to let you know that I'm also in a long position on Bybit, okay, here at the 36.4K levels. After we did see this pump, this retracement, I was pretty confident to place a long because I strongly believe that we were going to go to higher levels. So far, so good. My position is protected right now, just in case we do roll down, okay? But everything is indicating me that we could see a little bit of a retracement and continue to the downside. First of all, let me just explain why we are getting rejected at this level. Why are we seeing some reaction? Well, reason number one is because of this massive candle right over here with this huge amount of volume. As you can see, this is on the 4-hourly chart. We did put a ray here, a pinky color, as you can see, and this is exactly where we are hitting right now. It's going to be very, very difficult for Bitcoin to break out that range. Now, also, the reason number two is because of this other major volume, which is this candle, okay? So the back of this candle and the front of this candle, the candles with most volume, is where currently Bitcoin is trading right now, okay? It's in between that range. So it's the back of this candle and the front part of this candle with huge amount of volume. This is why it is very, very strong resistance. Now, in my personal opinion, we do have a potential leg up. Now, how can we reach, the next major resistance, which is the 39.5K level? Why is it the 39.5? Well, this is the level where it was very, very strong support in the past. If we go to the daily and we zoom out, all right, this has been always the major level that we needed to get above, right? If we do see in the past, the major resistance and support levels, which is right over here, okay, if we do extend a box at this range, you can clearly see that that is the level where we do get massive resistance and support in the past, all right? So this is why it's going to be very, very hard for BTC to actually break above this range. And if I zoom in here on the BTC price, the reason why also that it is going to be very, very hard, because we did have that wick here. This was in September, okay, right over here, September, the lows of September before we started pumping. This is why I do have this green ray. And if I zoom in, this is currently where we bounced beautifully back here in January the 10th. As you can see right there, we do have that wick. So this is why I do have this ray. Now, if Bitcoin does manage to break that 38.2, there is going to be a lot of resistance at that level. 39.5K, guys. There's going to be a lot of volatility. It's going to be very hard for Bitcoin to continue to the upside, and we might be getting heavily rejected. And remember, guys, that the trend is to the downside. And this pumpy action, it's going to be very, very difficult. We might be continuing the trend, all right? Just to let you know, if you are in any long positions here, you are fighting the trend. So any moment we could trade to the downside. So if you're long in here, you need to be very, very careful, protect your position, take profits quickly, right? Because you are basically fighting the trend. Now, if we do get above that 38.2, another reason why that 39.5, 40K levels is a strong resistance is because of Fibonacci level, okay? The 618, if we take a look from the top here to the bottom, the 618 is exactly that 39.4, okay? 39.4, and it is exactly where we do have that massive wick with a huge amount of volume, okay? It is that major level, all right, that is going to be very, very hard. Now, what scenarios am I expecting? Because we are currently at this major resistance, I'm talking about 38.2, we could see a little bit of sideways action or maybe a small retracement to get a little bit of more power and then continue to the upside to hit those levels in the next coming hours or a couple of days. It doesn't really matter. And then here is a moment that if you're longing, I think is a good time to take some profits and analyze the situation to potentially enter a short position. That is what I'm personally going to do. If we start seeing a lot of volatility here, a lot of wicks, and the bull's not managing to get above this major resistance, then obviously, in my personal opinion, we might be continuing to the downside. Not much more to add here in this episode, guys. So make sure to smash up the like button. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Follow us, all our socials are down below. Make sure to join the Telegram group. Check out Bitcoinsensus website. We post the latest news and technical analysis ideas every single day, guys. The link is down below. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.